Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of Theory of Automata and Formal Languages. So we are into unit number 1 where we are studying about finite automata. In the previous lecture we have undergone the topic known as minimization of deterministic finite automata. Okay, where we have learned a method known as partition method. Then the equivalence method also it is known as. So I have also discussed an example where you have understood how to use the concept of partition method. Okay. Now in the next method that I will be using here is your Myhill-Nerode theorem. Actually this theorem is used for two purposes. One purpose I will let you know now, and one purpose we will be working once we are done with this unit and move out with unit number 3. Okay. So particularly we will be using this theorem to minimize a DFA, and the steps are given here. Okay, if you are using any kind of notes, preparing any kind of notes, then it will be a helpful one for you. Okay, so basically in minimization of a deterministic finite automata by using Myhill-Nerode theorem, you will be coming across with these kind of steps, where first you have to draw a table for all the pairs of state whatever it's having. Okay, then mark all the pairs where P belongs to F and Q does not belongs to F, and vice versa. That means you have to make a pair, you have to find out the pair where first state, that means suppose I'm making a pair say P and Q, where P is the first state and the Q is the second state. So the first state must belongs to a final state, and the second state does not belongs to a final state, and vice versa. That means final non-final or non-final final can be a combination. So if you find such kind of pairs, then you have to mark them. Clear? So otherwise if you are not having those, then keep as it is. Then after marking, you have to take the unmarked pairs, that is in step number 3. And this what it says is that delta is the transition function of the state P over some input alphabet X, and delta, that is the transition function for this state Q over some input alphabet X, is marked, then mark PQ. Something like this. So you won't be able to understand right now. So let me get back to an example and it will be very much clear what this step number 3 actually explains. Okay. So let us take an example first, and I will let you know what are these all points. Okay. Let me take an example. Wow, I have already got a diagram for you. Okay, so this is your DFA. You already know every state is having one input symbol. Okay, so for the state for state A to C, I haven't mentioned over here. Okay, let me write down here from state A to C. Okay, for state A to C, the input symbol is 1. Okay, I haven't mentioned over here. See, from A to C for the transition there is no input symbol. Please mark it as 1. Okay. Okay, now let me get back to this example. Now I have to start with the first step. The first step says that if you are having 6 states, then it will be 6 by 6 structure. Okay, if it is having 5 states, then 5 by 5, 4 by 4. Clear? So I will take this particular table where it will consist of 6 by 6 structure. A, B, C, D, E, F are the states. A, B, C, D, E, F are the states that I have mentioned, and I have done a 6 by 6 structure. Now if you check it with this particular structure, the pairs like AB and BA, okay, AB and BA, I'm taking an example, are both equal. Whether you are doing from AB or whether you're doing from a BA, pairs are equal, right? So basically what I will be doing while working with this particular structure, we will be taking either one portion of this table, working on one portion of this table, either on the lower part or the upper part, that depends on you. I have skipped the upper part, that's why I've marked as a green one. Okay, so I'll be working only on these white spaces. Okay, now if I talk about this A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, I will tell you why I have marked this silver and why I'm not working on those blocks as well. I will let you know. Okay, because if you take about if you say about AA or BB or CC or DD or EE, these are all common states, equal states. So for equal states, you will not be able to get a particular scenario like this. See, mark all the pairs where first state belongs to a final, then second state belongs to a non-final. correct? So, or non-final final. So always you will be getting either non-final, or final. So that is not at all required. So that's why I haven't used these A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F pairs. Clear? So that's why I have marked as silver, and this green I won't be working. Now let us start with step number 2. See, I'll be using this particular yellow for marking, okay, and unmarked will be white spaces. Okay, now let us start off with step number 2, and we will check it out for every pair. Now start off with A and B. Okay, if we talk about A and B, I will go into the diagram. For A and B, okay, for A and B, both are what? Both are non-final, correct? So these are non-final, right? So I cannot take this state, this particular pair. So it will remain as it is. Now let me take one more pair, that is AC. Now if we check AC, AC is what? AC is a non-final final. So this is a particular part which I can take it. So AC will, this block will collectively be known as okay. So I'll be, it's little getting difficult, so I'm using as a marked one, right option. Okay, now next one is you'll be using okay, so after seeing this AC pair, it was a non-final final pair, so I can mark this. So I can mark with yellow color. Okay, so I'm done with this marking. Now if I look into AD, it is also non-final final. This one also I can mark this as yellow color, correct? So this is also done. Now if I look into AE, what is this? Let me check. AE is also a non-final final, so I can also mark AE as a marked state. Okay, now let me come back to BC. Okay, AF is also left out, sorry. AF is a non-final, so I cannot mark that. Okay, now it will remain as it is. Now coming back to BC. Okay, let me come back to BC. BC is non-final final. Okay, very good, then I can mark this BC. Okay, now if I talk about BD is also, I think so, yes, BD is also non-final final, so I can mark it. Okay, like this you have to mark it. So if I look into BE is also non-final final, so this one also I can mark it. You can look into the diagram. Okay, then if I talk about BF, BF will be what? Non-final, so it will remain as it is. So B part is done. Now I will be moving with CD. If I look into CD are both final. So can we mark it? No, we cannot mark it. We can mark only if the scenario is final, non-final, or non-final final. Clear? So leave as it is. That's CD is done. Now CE. C is a final, and this is also final, so I cannot mark. Only CF I can mark it, right? CF I can mark it. So I can mark CF. So this is done. Now I'm left out with D wala part. Then DE. D being a final state, too, I cannot mark with this one. I can mark only with DF, correct? So I will get back to DF, and DF is marked. And then finally EF is left out. EF can be marked. Yes, it can be marked because it is a final, non-final. So EF is also done. So this is the step number 2 I have completed successfully, where I have got the marked pairs are yellow. Therefore, the unmarked pairs are what? What I have got the unmarked pairs, I have got as AB. AB is one pair. Okay, next pair I got as AF, perfectly fine. Okay, then next pair I have got as BF, very good, BF. Okay, and then next one I've got as CD and CE, perfectly fine, CD and CE. Okay, so this is also done. Now last we are left out with DE. So I have to work now only with these unmarked pairs. Okay, how to work it out? This is now that step number 3 comes into the market. What the step number 3 says? Step number 3 says that we have to follow this particular scenario. What is this all about? Okay, first I have to check out with number 1, that is pair number 1. Pair number 1 is A comma B. Clear? So how to do this? See, if I use the transition function, so if I use the transition function, that is delta, okay, I can use for A, capital letter A, on seeing what is the input alphabet, input alphabets we are using here, 0 and 1. So I have to check for both 0 and 1. Okay, on seeing 0, where it is going, let me check the diagram. Okay, so is it possible if I can copy over down? Yes, it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so I will be making it a little bit of lower one. Okay, now it's fine. So is it visible? Let me increase this. Okay, now it is visible, I think so. So for this A, transition function for A, on seeing 0, where it is going? It is going to B. Perfectly fine. Okay, similarly, if I talk about for 1, if I talk about for 1, okay, now I won't be talking about 1. First I will be looking into the pair. So for B also I will look into. So for B, on seeing 0, for B, on seeing 0, where it is going? It is coming to A. Okay, so earlier what was this? So finally what we got? We got as AB, correct? We got as A comma B. See how we got A comma B? Because we got A on seeing 0, I got B, correct? A on seeing 0, I got B, and B on seeing 0, I got A. So finally what pair I got? I got A and B. A and B, earlier it was marked. Let me check. Earlier it was not marked. So if it is not marked, then leave as it is. Now I will check the same scenario. I will be looking the same scenario for A on 1. Okay, let me check now. A on 1. So A state on 1, on seeing input symbol 1, where it is going? Check. A on 1, it is going to C. I have earlier told that this particular transition is 1. Okay, I have skipped this. So A on seeing 1, where it is going? It is going to C. Okay, and similarly, if I talk about B on seeing 1, where it is going? It is going to B on seeing 1, it is going to D. Okay, now what I have got the pair? I have got the pair as C comma D. So let me check that whether this C comma D was marked or not earlier. No, C comma D was not marked. So if we got, finally we got these two pairs, and these two pairs are what? Unmarked. So we have to keep this A comma B as unmarked. Is this clear? Therefore what I can say, thus we can say that the pair A comma B will remain as unmarked. Finish. So this is the for first pair I did. Okay, second pair, similarly for second pair I have to look into the scenario. Okay, I will be teaching you for the second pair as well, and later on I will let you know all other pairs as well. Okay, for the second pair, if you find out, second pair is what? Second pair is A comma F. Okay, A comma F. Okay, now if we look into A comma F, the same process I will be looking into. So I am copying this particular scenario. It will be helpful for me. Okay, for A comma F, right? For A comma F. So this is your state A F, and this is our F. Okay, and A comma F. Okay. Now A on seeing 0, where it is going? It is going to B. So it will remain as it is. F on seeing 0, where it is going? F on seeing 0, it is going to F only. It will going to F only. Okay, therefore the pair that you have got is B comma F. Correct? So let me check that B comma F is marked 1 or not. Okay, B comma F is unmarked. Okay, so leave as it is. Okay, now let me check for the A comma 1. So if we talk about A on seeing 1, it is going to C. F on seeing 1, it is going to F. I think you have got something. Okay, so finally what we got C comma F. So is this C comma F marked? Very good. This C comma F is marked. So now you look into this scenario. If you get any one of the scenario, any one of the output as a marked one, earlier marked one, that as like this one is already marked one. So definitely I can say that this A comma F, now you can mark it. So I have already drawn a table, I think so. I haven't taken, so you can mark in the same table. So now A comma F, A comma F, A comma F, because I was looking for A comma F only, correct? So now I can mark this A comma F as marked, correct? So in this way you have to find out. Okay, now okay, so clear. Now now let me write down the other pairs. Okay, and let me check which are the pairs that I have got as a marked one, correct? Okay, so I was telling you about this pair 1. Pair 1 was done, correct? And this is your pair 2, and pair 2 was successfully been done, because pair 2 we got a particular pair. Pair 1 you have understood, right? Because we have got two pairs finally which are already been unmarked, so therefore A and B will remain unmarked. You have to find only one of the situation where you can get a marked one earlier. Okay, like this I have in pair number 2, I have find out this C comma F to be a marked one, correct? So therefore thus I can say that the pair A comma F can be marked. Very good. So A comma F, if A can be marked, then I will check. Already I have marked and I will show it to you. Now moving to the pair number 3, these two done. Pair number 3 is B comma F. B comma F, okay, I have already written for you all. Okay, B on sync 0, B on sync 0, B on sync 0, it is coming to A. Okay, and F on sync 0, F on sync 0, it is coming to F. It is coming to F. Okay, therefore the pair will be what? B comma F I have got. So B comma F is earlier it was marked, B comma F was not marked, so remain as it is. Now moving to the next one. Next one is B on sync 1, B on sync 1, it is going to D, it is going to D, and F on sync 1, it is coming back to its original position, that is your F. So finally what we got as D comma F. Clear? And D comma F was marked or not? Oh, that's great, D comma F was marked. Therefore I have got a particular pair which is already been marked. Clear? So I have got this pair. Therefore thus I can say that the pair B comma F, B comma F can be marked. Clear? So if I can be marked, then I can mark it over here. So B comma F will now can be marked. So this is done. Okay, now pair number 3 was also successfully done. So pair number 2 and pair number 3, you got it as to be the marked one, correct? Now move to pair number 4, pair number 5 and pair number 6. Already I have written for you, no need to worry. So pair number 4, C comma D. C on sync 0, it goes to E, you can check the diagram. D on sync 0, it goes to E, so pair is EE, that is EE is what? EE is non-final final, so final cannot be 1. Then this one also non-final, final, non-final, it is also not possible. Therefore thus CD will remain as unmarked. Similarly CE also we are finally getting EE and FF, which is not possible, so therefore this will also remain unmarked. And same goes with DE, pair number 6, this is also remain unmarked. You can cross verify it. You can pause the video as you have understood pair number 1, 2 and 3 how I have done. So pair number 4, 5, 6 also you can do it on your own. Now done, everything is done. Now I will be looking into the diagram table, sorry. So if we can check this table, the table will be looking like this. Which are the unmarked pairs now? The unmarked pairs will be now what is number 1? Number 1 is A comma B. Number 2 is C comma D. Number 3 is C comma E. And number 4 is and number 4 is D comma E. D comma E. Now what we have to do, the main important thing after getting this, after this no need to do the same process, okay? We have to stop over here and we have to do one more step. So this will be your step number, you can say 4. What we have to do is that AB, since I have to find out a common similarity between any pairs, okay? Any pairs you have to find out singular similarity. Now if you can move into the diagram, if you check into the diagram, see, I have got CD as one pair, CD as one pair, I have got CE as another pair, and I have got DE as another pair. If you look into this particular diagram, it follows a particular similarities between each other. So if you find such kind of similarities where transitivity property is working out, it's like I've given as an example that if C is equals to D, D is equals to E, then C is equals to E, like this kind of scenario it happens, or one kind of relationship it exists, then you can mark these 3 states to be as a 1. Clear? So I can mark these 3 states as 1. So step number 4, the new states will be see, A and B, there is no similarity, so A and B will be together. And what will be the other one? Other one will be your C, D and E. C, D and E. So this is your final states. Now you cannot do anything. This is your final answer. And then if you look into that particular diagram, we can use this. And F was also there, but F I haven't taken because F becomes a it was not included over here, so you cannot include F, you cannot include into the property, okay, in this particular scenario. So I have not to neglect that F state as well, okay. F was also there, so what will be the other state then remaining? Other state will be your F here. So this is your final answer. And now if I draw this diagram, the diagram will be like this. Okay, so where AB, now look into this, AB will be marked as together. I have already told you AB will be together now, CDE will be together, and F will be another state. Now look into the diagram very beautifully. See, I will check it out, I will give you two diagram. Okay, let me bring it over here and I will let you know how to draw it. Okay, now if you look into this diagram, A and B together on sync 0, where it is going? It is going to each other. See, B on sync 0, it is going to A, B on sync 0, it is going to A on sync 0, it is going to B, A on sync it is going to B. So these two will be, for 0 it will be in the same state. See, A on sync 1 it is going to C, B on sync 1 it is going to D. Definitely A and B together 1 it will go to CD. CD is the on this state, so I will be marking as 1. Now C, D and E. See, now C on sync 0 where it is going E, D on sync 0 where it is going E on sync 0 where it is going E. Definitely this entire state together on sync 0 it will come to the same state only. Clear? See the similarities, it will be nicely driven. Now C on sync 1 it is F, D on sync 1 it is F. Now F on sync 1 it is F only. So this one I have drawn C, D, E. Together I can say that it is going to F. Clear? Now F on sync 0 it is coming to, and F will remain as it is because F is having 0 and 1 as a self loop. Okay. So this is the final diagram that you have got after minimizing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states. 6 states has been minimized into 3 states. So this is how you need to work it out with a conversion of NFA to DFA, sorry, a minimization of a DFA by using the Myhill-Nerode theorem. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. I think you have understood the concept of how to use Myhill-Nerode theorem and how to minimize a particular DFA by using the two methods. One is partition method and the other one is Myhill-Nerode theorem. If you haven't understood the partition method and if you haven't undergone the particular lecture, then you can get back to my previous lecture. Previous lecture is your partition method only. Okay. So thank you for watching. If you're having any doubt, any query, please comment down below. It will be great. Okay. Have a nice day.